Hello everybody, this is Joe being videos on the Jimmy Master Animatronics, and this is a video of the Halloween animated Harvester. This is made by Techie Toys and was sold at Spirit Halloween in 2011, 2012, online only in, 2011, 2012, online only in 2013, and back to stores in 2014. Techie Toys is now called Techie Design. This is not the original one. This is not my original one, for those of you who are wondering. My original one is still in the storage unit. I actually got this one off eBay for 70 bucks. That's with shipping. $20 cheaper than retail price the first year that it came out. Now, obviously it is missing the Psy, and they did mention that before they sent it. I do not have his poles connected. The reason I got another one is because my other one, the poles are kind of broken, so he couldn't stand, even though I can't really stake him in the ground where I am anyways, and the sound goes out all the time. I have to tap it for it to come on, which is obviously just the speaker, but you know, I like the Harvester. Actually, his voice is really cool. I like it. I think this is actually ripping off just like my other one, so I'm gonna have to try to reattach this a little bit more, I think. But he's in great condition. Now, apparently, most 2011 models do not close their mouths all the way. Almost none of them do. Well, according to the box, this is a 2011 model because the price changed every year that it was sold. And it wasn't just sold at Spirit Halloween in 2011. It was sold other places too. But in 2011, it was 90 bucks. In 2012, it was 100 bucks. In 2013, online only, it was 110 bucks. And then when it came back to stores in 2014, it was 130 bucks. Nothing changed those years. They never added a volume switch on any of those years. They kept on remaking them. They weren't old models stuck in a new box. They were actually new. They actually kept making them, and they didn't change anything of it. Now, it's sound and motion activated. There's a motion sensor right here on his hat, and also if none of those detect anything, he will go automatically by himself every minute and a half. Which I told you guys a story. All my Techie Toys props that have timers, I would disconnect the wire from the sound sensor so that they wouldn't overplay. Because I used to use them in my room almost 24/7. And you guys are saying, well, you're just ruining it. Actually, it made them last longer, because if they activate every second right after they stop, of course they're going to break quicker. At least when I'm using just their timers to set off some Techie props take a minute and a half, some take 2, some take 3, and no matter what, that's enough time for their motors and gears to cool off, and you know, they won't break as fast if they get those kind of breaks. But if they're going every time they stop, they're going to break fast. So actually they lasted longer because I did that. And I used to have the Grave Digger, which he was just like this, except he had a finger that points as well. And I'm trying to find him. I've been trying to find another one. The wind pushed him down on Halloween and it broke his neck. And I also love the Graveyard Ghoul, but I'm disappointed with the Graveyard Ghoul because he has the same exact sayings as the Harvester. He has 2 lawn sayings, and I hate the saying where he says, "I am the Harvester." It's like, really? You couldn't come up with something better? You had to make him say the same damn thing? Now, he doesn't have the poles connected, as you can see, but this is about how tall he is when you actually do connect the poles and stake him to the ground. So he is fairly tall with his poles. He has the option to stake him or hang him. He has a metal wire on the back to hang him on a wall or a door. See, it's got the poles, and here's the box, the Harvester, and this is how I was shipped. They didn't put any packaging over, just kind of like how I shipped Phil's bug. Head turns side to side, mouth moves, hand on door or stake in the ground, sound, timer, or footpad activated. And Techie stopped making timers in their animatronics in 2013. Actually, the limb-eating zombie boy was the last prop they made to have a timer, actually, I believe. The Harvester, glowing eyes, sinister sayings, mouth moves, and head turns, covered it. Life-sized, and there's a picture of it staked in the ground. And yeah, like I said, originally the mouths did not close all the way. So, but this one is $89.99. Which, like I said, if this was a 2012 model, it would say $99.99. Or and if it was a 2014, it would say $129.99. So this, for some reason, this is a 2011 model that actually does close its mouth all the way. And when I get my 2011 one out, whenever I can do reviews of some of my older original Spirit Halloween animatronics, I'll show you the difference. The face is always different on these. They never look the same because it's, you know, rubber. They can't form rubber exactly the same. But and he also has the foot pad jack, which honestly, if you buy a foot pad today, it won't work on him because remember they changed the end of the foot pad. He used to have the harness that connects, and they changed to the jack. And the universal step pad, they don't even make the harness anymore. They probably figure that nobody really has a lot of the old animatronics anymore. But anyways, yeah, we'll show them to you now. I think the sound quality is a little bit better in the Graveyard Ghoul, just because the speaker's in the base, not the back. And its arms are opposable. Also, if you go to Halloween Asylum's YouTube channel, you can see an old video of the Graveyard Ghoul, and you can see that it only goes for 10 seconds, and its head turns side to side when his head is down. So they did have other sayings for it, but changed it to the Harvester sayings for some reason. I don't know why. Like I said, it's kind of dumb that they made him say, "I'm the Harvester." It's like, you can't have two props saying the same thing, saying who they are. Like, when the people were notifying me that he didn't have the cycle, they were saying he didn't scare anybody in the hunt. It's like, I don't think it's really supposed to scare anybody. I just think it's kind of supposed to look creepy, and it does look creepy. And this is a great prop. It really is. I definitely would recommend it. It's actually one of Techie's good quality props, because this is actually one that doesn't break that fast.
To meet your maker.
Like, the mouth movement is so smooth. Like, it's gonna set off again because I'm right in front of it, probably. It, like I said, it's pretty realistic. Well, I mean, it's cool. It's a really great prop, and like I said, I do recommend it. The only problem that ever happened with them is the mouth stopped working on some of the ones that we set up in the store, but that's because they're used constantly. Like the 2012 model, a wire just ended up pulling off, and in 2014 it actually fried because I smelled smoke coming from the area. But that's because the way that we had them all plugged in, we had a bunch of power strips plugged into power strips plugged into power strips. I mean, we were like, we made it a fire hazard, to be honest. It was a small store. We didn't have much of an option. Then that's how the possessed wall hanger fried. I'm sure her mouth fried too, unless the motor was actually malfunctioning. Maybe that's possible, but it worked at first. But all in all, it's because of how much they were being used. So it's one of the good quality props that actually kind of lasts. So I would recommend it. My one from 2011 still works perfectly. Besides the sound going out, nothing has ever broken on it. You know, if I use them constantly and they survive, you know they're good quality.
This way will lead you to the house of torture, and that way will take you to a...
Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and there will be a lot of more Spirit Halloween video reviews coming up this year, later this season.